Hi, I'm Tai Murray, and this is my mini masterclass on color in music. Why on earth am I talking so loud? Well, now you can't hear me, but now you can. Okay, so that's just dynamics, right? This is about volume and how you can change volume. Right? But volume, when we're talking about music, is actually just one of the building blocks of color. If someone says to you, "I'm not mad at you," you know that's probably not true. Why? Because everything that surrounds the words that are coming out of my mouth, right? So if the words are the notes that I'm playing, everything that surrounds those notes, meaning dynamic, timing, articulation, all of those things are the building blocks of color. So if I were to play this, just in a dynamic but not so much worried about color, this would sound something like this. And that's a very full sound, and it's a very loud sound, but it's missing color. Why? Because the focus is only on dynamics. Now, if I try to shift the articulation of it while also keeping that dynamic, sound maybe something like this. Okay, so that actually is slightly more exciting, but probably not the character that we're going for, right? So what did I have? Dynamic, I had some articulation, but the timing felt a little off, right? So if I say nothing, what you realize is that the most important part of that sentence was the pause, because why? It made you say, what is coming after that? Unfortunately, it was nothing, right? But if I try to manipulate that part of the phrasing with this phrase that I'm playing, well, this is the beginning of a story, right? So the first step about finding a story is well, of course, the words. We have words, right? We have notes. We have tones, right? But also it's when do you put the next word, right? So if I were to play the pickup, which is the very first note that I did, and then look at my nails, and then play the next thing, they don't have a relationship to each other. So how do I create that relationship between the notes so that the storytelling becomes interesting, so that I understand that the color is something that I'm paying attention to? Right? And then we start thinking, Jack and the Beanstalk, I like this story. So when you are practicing and you are focused on the technical aspects of what you are doing, I want to have a straight bow, I want to have a core of sound, I want to have an understanding of my sounding point, I want to have an understanding of bow distribution, I want to have an understanding of playing in tune, I want to know how my shifts are working. All of that is very important, but the actual goal is what? Color, so that you have storytelling. So don't forget that and keep trying to tell those stories.